Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online, the SLOTRO edition. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good girl. When last we left off, we were in Bree, in front of the Breetown Hunting Lodge, which is the faction building. Just like over in the Shire you have, what's the big faction place over at the Shire? The Ale Festival? The Inn League. The Inn League really is the kind of the faction, that and the Matham House. So we were here and we were turning in some quests. We are going to do the same thing today. We are headed back to the Barrow Downs. We're going to see about finishing up a couple of these bounties over there. And we're also going to do the Treasures of Cardolan, the Gathering Ancient Text, and the Stalker. Might not get to the Stalker today. We can definitely do the others in the Northern Barrow and get working on them. So we are going to mount up. Oh, it feels so nice to be able to say that. We are going to mount up and we are going to ride on back to... Whoops. Should not have clicked on dismount, should I? All I was doing was clicking on the picture over here and dismounted myself right on off of it. So we are going to ride on back to the Barrow Downs. I hope that everybody for whom it is appropriate had a happy Mother's Day yesterday. I hope all the mothers out there had a good Mother's Day. I hope everybody who has a mother wish their mother a happy Mother's Day. Wish everybody else had good thoughts of their mother. And anybody that didn't apply to any of the above, I hope y'all just had a good day. So we will meet you back in the Barrows, and I will see y'all again in just a couple of moments. It is quickly becoming evening here, so it's starting to get that golden hour whenever the sun is going down, that little area just before when the light is so nice and the sky is so pretty. But we've decided we are going to take a look. We got a new deed here that was bestowed to us during all that. It was the Brood Hunter. It says, the evil spider Gwygon has made its lair among the twisting barrow of Teradan, and there her brood multiplies. They seek to ensnare any living thing foolish enough to wander in amongst the bones and dust of long-fallen princes. And to get that, we have got to kill 30 of the Barrow spiders, and we have made it through 4 so far. So we will keep working on that one as well in the background. But we do have a few deeds to finish up, a few of the Slayer deeds and stuff like that. Part of this journey is to finish up all the various deeds in the territories as well, so we'll have to get on that here in the Bree area and see what all we need to be working on, the Bree and the Barrow Downs, and see how many of those we need to be working on also. So we are headed back into the Barrows. I think the first thing we're going to do is work on, I'm going to take a look right quick, the actual thing. Let's see, white skulls and rubbings, and I thought there was a bounty for killing. I thought there was a bounty for killing the bar guests. Apparently, well, I'm getting a defeat. Yep, bar guest slayer. All right, that's just the deed that you have. We'll see if we can slide on around here. It is becoming night, as I said. It's getting that evening hour, and that's fine, because what better time to be in the Barrows and in the dark, shady, evil times of the nighttime as the darkness falls and the fog closes in. What's that you say? Just about any other time than that? Yeah, you're probably right. Just about any other time than that. It's probably a better time. Okay, let's get off on purpose this time. Pull up stacks and move on down here to the Barrow. To the northern Barrows here. These are the ones that we're wanting to get involved with. Alright, where you at, Stacks? Yeah, you need to be somewhere close by. Very good. Very good. And already getting stuff that we got to go back and sell again. Okay. Less the door. Nope. A little further along. And I'll cause Stacks to done fall off again. There we go. I think we can tank this one a little bit. Shouldn't be much of a problem. We don't get to use our stick too much anyway, and Lord knows that we should be. Now, where is this? There it is. Wondering where the barrow we needed to go into was. We've been in here before. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to be just killing for a bit, see if we can collect those white skulls and stuff. And look for the relics, and I think perhaps the treasures. I'm wanting to say we've got, of course, we've got about a dozen of them. So I think we will continue using those treasures to hand in for the other bounty, because I think that was one of them. And those are the Barrow spiders right there that we are supposed to be gathering. It's alright, Stacks, you get them while you're there. And down that one goes. Alright, you saw the Barrow last time. We're going to be doing the same thing. Killing the spiders, killing the whites. If we can find ancient text, we'll be getting rubbings of ancient text. Let's take a look at that one. And look at the history of it. Is that what I'm looking for? There we go. This is Hotham. So this is not the one that we're going to find the ancient text in. Okay, but what about this one? Find a chest resting in the northern barrow. Okay, so we will find the chest in this one. So once we either finish killing everything and are on our way back over there to the ledge. There we are. Or, oops, nope, turn that off. I don't want the other recording going. Don't need the Windows video recording whenever we've got action going. Let's take this one on. Before he gets back to his buddies. So yeah, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to keep pounding away at these things. When I find the chest we're looking for, I'll let you know about that one as well. We will join back in with you right here. We have completed a deed over here. Got a bunch of messages popping up. What do we got? Lotro points gained. We've gotten 5 Lotro points for it. What deed was it? Shocking Strike. It says, call upon the power of lightning to strike your foes. We have used our lightning strike 300 times. Lightning is among the most powerful forces of nature. Mastering it is no small feat, but the benefits of doing so are not to be underestimated. Okay, we're still looking for that ancient chest. We still haven't seen an ancient chest in here. I can only imagine it's going to have a little white floaty name on it, like the whites do. So let's hope so. Meantime, I'm going to take out some more of these spiders and then go after the other 2 over there. So we'll be seeing you after our battling here. All right. So what, you're not seeing me here? There we go. Okay, folks, as you see, this is a public dungeon with a person coming in here. We are in the wrong public dungeon. Apparently, the Northern Barrows is not just this one. There are two up here. This is Hotham. And we need to be at the next one over. Oh, great. There we go. I guess that helps to explain why it's plural, you know? We need to be over there, I think. It said it's there we go. Western Ancient Chest. Alright, let's take out this critter here. Good. Ancient Chest here is the one that we're wanting. As soon as we finish fighting off all these damnable things. You take that one, I'll get the rat. Back to him, yes. And now back to him. Wonder if we get a deed for gust of wind. Or a deed for how many times you can trigger your pet by having something shoot an arrow into you. Alright, are y'all done now? Can I take a look at this damn chest? You must have the quest Treasures of Cardolan, an ancient chest. Well, we definitely have that. And we found the ancient journal. This aged journal was apparently written by a man of Cardolan. Many of the pages are missing. There. Is that going to allow us to use some of these Cardolan papers and all that we have? We'll have to see. Alright, this one, I'm thinking, is where we're going to find the rubbings of the ancient texts. So we are entering this one for the first time. On this character anyway. I'm not sure if I went through this part on Gnarlo or not. Not sure if he ever got to this particular place here. I know we've got a spider coming up that's going to be an annoyance. Let's go ahead and start banging on him. Or her, rather, probably. Let's not be sexist here, since most spiders are female. The ones we see, anyway. And Old Ugly comes up. Guess it's a good thing these things don't have heads. So I wonder sometimes whether or not someone would come in here venturing and come across one of these dead whites or whatever coming up to them and look at the face and go, that's Uncle Henry. Or great Uncle Henry, probably. I'm sure some of these princes have their paintings on walls somewhere. Their portraits stuffed away. Alright, let's make a left here. Looks like there are fewer mobs down this way than the other one. And let's hit them with some lightning. Some of this wonderful underground lightning. And then we'll hit them with a stick. Okay, further down into the Barrows. Still not seeing anything that we could really get those rubbings off of. But we will continue to explore the Barrow and see. It already looks like it's a little bit larger than the last one we were in. Oh yeah, it's definitely a little larger than the last one we were in. This one's going to be a little more maze-like. More creeping hands. Still looking for things. There we go, an ancient pillar that we can do a rubbing on. Figure let's take out the Barrow White, since the creeping hands will be a lot slower getting to us. And maybe even get caught up in the cracked earth that we're going to send their way. Send another burst of the earthquake over that way. See if we can lock those down. Give them a good root. And apparently it worked. At least for one of them. Let's get this one. Creeping hands, they're kind of like the other video games where they talk about bats. I've heard video game people talk about bats before and how bats are put in dungeons to be chiefly a gigantic annoyances for you. I see, not in line of sight, right? Okay, here's our first ancient pillar. The stone pillar is covered with carvings of ancient texts. Made rubbings of the ancient text, 1 of 6. Fantastic. All right, we see what we're going to be doing. We'll just ignore the Barrow White up there for now, I think. Anything that we need? White skulls, that should be all outside. None of those. Okay. We are going to continue further down in here, looking for more of these ancient pillars and the ancient text. But we're not going to see any this way, that's for sure. So back off and down the... Let's see, how long we've been going? We've been going for a while. Why don't we go and finish up Treasures of Cardolan? We need to take that to Tobold Leafcutter. We'll go ahead and finish up the treasures. And let's root you in place. We'll know it's taking effect. Yep, because there goes Stacks giving up. Stacks like there's no point in my being here if you're just going to glue them to the ground and then blast away at them. Hit them with a stick. I think we got one more white over there to kill, and then we will be out, and we'll be heading over to Tobold. Don't remember which place he's at. I think he's with the... he is with the... straight ahead and then to the right. I think Tobold is with the survivors over there beside the old forest group, if I remember correctly. Let's lock you down. Get back on the other guy again. Concentrate your efforts, people. Concentrate your efforts. Take him down with a stick. Okay, to the right. And then on out. And let's see how many we have to fight on the outside here. Glad these stones are nice and well oiled. See, this is what I've told you before. This place actually gets a little brighter and easier to maneuver around. Whenever it actually becomes nighttime. It's not as dark and spooky out here when it's nighttime. Not going to be able to get through that mess without hitting one of these, so let's pick the target that we want to, right? Very good. Now, Tobold Leafcutter. As I said, I think he is over here with the group along the edge of the forest. I think that's where he ended up. So we'll pop in and visit and see how he's going. Tobold, are you down this way, my friend? And Stax, are you still behind me, or are you back there annoying something? Nope, you're still behind me. So, we're looking for the ring. It looks like there it is. Let's zoom on in. We'll also read the... Oh, good, and I can get rid of all the stuff I've collected while I'm here as well. We'll read the intro text again for Treasures of Cardolan. It seems that this may not be the first time that such terror has plagued these lands. The bits of parchment you recovered lead me to believe that two brothers fought to recover a great treasure of Cardolan and brought it here to the northern Barrow Downs. The lore fragments you brought me mention a fortress named Ostgorthad. The men of Cardolan took many of those that fell sick to the plague there. The ruins of that fortress still stand today in the south. It is from here that a terror rose and cursed the brothers for their theft. If you are willing, you may seek the treasure or the history of that treasure at the northern Barrow, not far from here to the west. Perhaps we can learn more about these men and how to stave the evil from spreading beyond the bounds of the Barrow Downs. We can do that. Ancient Journal. This age journal was apparently written by men of Cardolan. Many of the pages are missing. Indeed. Treasures of Cardolan.
Greetings, friend.
Ah, you found something. Many of the pages are missing, but perhaps I can glean something from those that remain. Ah, this is almost too terrible to read. The author, a man of Cardolan, tells how those few of Cardolan who remain died in a great plague, borne along by dark clouds from the east. Soon after, the dead walked the land once more. Soon after, clouds from the east. Soon after, fell spirits swept down from the north. You gotta make sure you keep your page in these books. They crumble so much. The man writes of tormenting dreams that followed, dreams of a place called Angmar. Soon after, the dead walked across the land once more. In the last entry, the man writes that he fears that he too will succumb to the plague, but that his body will never know rest. How I wish I'd remained ignorant of those cursed lands, yet now I find I must know more. If you ever find more pages of this journal, bring them to me. Perhaps in this knowledge, a defense against these fell spirits can be learned. Really? So that's what we do with the Cardolan pages now, huh? Dekorsham, level 19, 18 might. No, that's not as good as Skunkwood's shield. Why do we end up with Skunkwood when you're leaf cutter? Alright, we will sell that one back to the vendor. Finish now.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
Collecting history. Oh, and that's a fellowship quest. Sure, we'll go ahead and take it. Maybe a few levels before we can do it, but we'll go ahead and take it. Greetings again, Narwane. I have been studying the materials you brought me from the Barrow Downs and have learned much more since last we spoke. I would ask one last favor of you. This journal that you found for me contains a vast amount of knowledge. Through it, I have learned that the men of Cardolan buried many relics with their dead. It may be that some of these things... Excuse me. You don't get much sleep here with all the howling going on. It may be that some of these things may be made to help defend against such creatures as the Barrowites. The journal speaks of chalices that were buried in the Great Barrow itself. I wonder if you could go there and gather some for me. I'm sure there are many of them deep inside the catacombs of the Great Barrow. Sure, we'll do that. And that is where we are going to call it a day. One more thing, while we were selling off, we completed another deed here for 10 SLOTRO points. What deed was this? Lore of the Cardolan Prince. So apparently those pages and stuff we did. Let's see. Find pages of the Journal of the Cardolan lost within the Barrow Downs. Okay, so I'm going to take this one and insert it in before the end. We have Journal Cardolan page 5. This page tells of the time not long after the fall of Cardolan, when the remaining Dunedain in Cardolan banded together to bring some measure of order and leadership to the lands of the north. Page 7. This page tells of the advent of a great plague that issued forth from Mordor in the year 1636, claiming the lives of many men in the southern kingdom of Gondor. Page 15. This page tells of the coming of the dark plague from the south some years after the fall of Cardolan. Many of the Dunedain who remained in Cardolan were slain or weakened by its evil. Page 16. This page describes the funeral rites of the Dunedain of Cardolan, who founded the Barrows as a place where their fallen might be interred. Many men were buried there during the time of the plague. Page 22. This page tells of an attack upon a funeral procession within the Barrows by spirits that crept there out of Angmar. The remaining Dunedain of Cardolan were greatly angered that the resting place of their ancestors should be defiled in this manner. And page 28. This page tells of the gathering of the remaining Dunedain of Cardolan to drive the whites out of the Barrows and restore the sanctity of their ancestors' burial grounds. The final entry at the bottom of the torn page is stained with blood and illegible. All right, so we got marks, we got points, we got wisdom, and increased reputation. Fantastic. So back to your regularly scheduled end to this program. We will spend a little time here after we finish up selling some of this stuff back. So hope y'all have had a good day. I know that I have. It's nice to be here and working in the Barrows again. So next time we're going to think about, are we going to go over there, stay above ground and work on some of these bounties, or will we be traveling back into the northern Barrows over there and working on those ancient texts? One way or the other, we will see you then. Y'all have a good one, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks for coming along. Bye-bye.